Hello, this is my Golden Retriever named Bella, who probably needs a haircut. She has one about Christmas time every year, and she does love having a haircut. Stand up, come up, good girl. Now swing around to the camera, say hello to everybody, and let everybody know what you look like, because you leave all the fur all around the house, all on the carpets and everywhere, and it's not your fault, you're just very furry. So what we're going to do, we're going to give you a haircut. So you stay there and I'll go and get the gear. So what we're going to need is hair clippers with the largest trimmers you can get. We don't want to cut it too close to them. Put one there. Ready for that one. It would be better without a lead. If you've got one without a lead, it'd be a lot better. Pair of scissors. And also, to get into the areas which you can't get, you can use the scissors and the comb. That's my wife's comb, but as long as nobody tells her, she won't know, and I'll wash it before she gets home. The other thing we have is a Dyson and our little Dyson brush. And basically, if you have a good look at that, you'll see it's very smooth, but when you press the button, hairs will come out. I don't know if you can see that very well. And they brush, and then once you finish brushing, you let them go and the hair goes back into there. Well, Bella really does love having a haircut, and it takes a lot of time to get her off the table, not on the table. So, Bella, on the table. And she just loves this. And when you're cutting her with these trimmers, don't cut opposite the grain, because the trimmer will get clogged. And go with the grain, and you'll find it a lot easier. So also make sure when you have the trimmers, make sure this is well oiled, because if it's not oiled, it doesn't cut so well. So we'll get started in a second. I want to have her turned round the other way. So what I'll do is do it in a second. Ordinary sewing machine oil will be fine. So we turn it on, get the sewing machine oil and just run it along there like that. That's all it's needed. We turn it off now. We'll pop this on. And what I need to do, I want to use my right hand, so I want to go that way, so I need her facing the other way. So we'll just spin her round. Yeah, now lay her down. Good girl. Now, I'll start by going with the grain, and you can see little bits of hair coming off. You have to be very careful around the back area. It's very sensitive. Notice where she just lifted up as soon as I touched her there. But all dogs are very sensitive around the tail and the back of the legs area. Now, I'll show you what happens when we go the other way. It just gets clogged. Now, the other reason I've got the vacuum is all this fur which has come off. Just take that off there for a second. And then That's the other thing Bella loves. She loves being brushed with the Dyson. So I'll get on with the cutting here. Sometimes you might need to, if there's a lot of hair there, you might need to get that hair unknotted to make it easier to do the clippers. This is where this comes in handy. Let me demonstrate. Push it down and just brush normally. When you get a lot of fur there, you just let go of the thing and suck it all in. So, he obviously has a lot of excess fur here, especially coming up into summer. Yesterday was 41 degrees, so I think she was suffering a bit. Put straight into there. So you can put mulching, which makes it a little bit harder when you're clipping. So if I get rid of all the excess fur, I'll be able to get the clippers through a lot easier. You don't get any fur flying around when you're trying to brush like a normally, so it really is quite good. A little bit expensive, they're about $80. Just an attachment for a Dyson. And you can see it just fits on very easily. There's a lot of fur there. Can't get enough of this. I've definitely getting her off the bench sometimes because she wants more. Thank you. See? Yes, I know you love me too. And I love you. So I'll keep going with this. We'll get back to it. Okay, once you've finished one side and you need to turn the other way, don't forget if you're right-handed you want to go that way, you don't want to go opposite. So what we do now, we turn around and then when you get to the other side we'll just roll her over. Okay, sorry. Come on. Roll over and then back here. Now we're ready to go with the Dyson again on this side. But actual fact, I want to go that way, so I can go that way. Okay? Stay. So once you've brushed her, you can start using this, going along here, and work your way down along the back. And you can see just little bits at the time as you're getting there. As you get to the longer bits, more pieces will come off. Don't want to get it too short for her. I don't want it to look like a Labrador. But this is just enough to keep her cool a bit, to still look like a Retriever. And I've been having the Dyson on, just sucking up the excess and putting it down the hole there. Now I need to turn her over again to start working my way back down this way. So what I need to do is just gently give her a cuddle, give her confidence. Get her head down, it's easier. She lifts her head up, it's not so easy. There we go. Now, again I want to work that way, which is right, the right way round. And we continue on working along the back to get the same even cut right across the body. Now remembering that Retrievers do have quite a lot of hair there and on their tail. That does need to be trimmed a bit, but not fully, otherwise if you trim it right back, she will definitely look like a Labrador. Even on the back of her legs, there's a bit of fur here. Again, that can be trimmed back a bit, but to still give her that Retriever look. So I'll start working on this a bit more, working my way down here, and try and keep the fur down to a minimum. Okay, so we've done a little bit of with this and that. We've also given her a brush with a Dyson. What we need to do now is just, I've trimmed around the ears already and got rid of the knots and dreadlocks that are around there. I can still feel one there actually, but I'll get that in a second. There's a dreadlock there. Got to be careful with these dreadlocks, they get very close to the skin, you don't want to cut their skin. But there's another one there, just nip it out. Yeah, that's not better. The other thing we've got to do is try and, I've done her feet, and then you kind of, sometimes between the toes they grow a bit long, and you need to just trim off with the scissors between the toes, a bit between the toes there like that, see? And then the tail is the tricky part. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this. I'll see how we can go. Okay, Bella, come on, stand up. Come on. Go on this way. Stand up. Knee. Up. Stand up. Good girl. Stand up, man. You want to lie down, you lazy bugger. No. There's the old, there we go. Nice pose. Nice pose for the camera. There you go. Nice curve. See the tail there? It's very, very long and fluffy. Also, I'm going to try and get that a bit straighter and not so hanging down here because it's very long and hanging. So hopefully she'll let me do this. But just try and trim it back. Just want me to do it. Come on. You can't lie down yet. I haven't finished. Come on, stand up. Give me that pose again. Sometimes you can stop by holding the knee joint there. That stops them doing, but that means you've only got one hand to do it. And I need three. So hopefully if you'll just stand up long enough for me to just trim this tail. He probably doesn't like it very much. It's quite a sensitive area, but I think it's not too bad. I'll just get up this. You've had enough, haven't you now? You just want to brush all the time, don't you? Eh? I've still got to finish your tail off and just the back of your leg, so we'll spin you around again. We'll stand you up. See if we can kind of, this long piece is here. Don't sit down. Sometimes if you've got somebody to help you, just to keep her from, come on, just to keep her from sitting down. I don't think she's really going to enjoy this much. Come on, just. Last few bits, come on, come on. Last few bits. I think it's not looking too bad. She's not too short. She doesn't look like a Labrador, but all that long excess fur she's got there, it's all being taken off. A lot easier to handle, a lot easier to manage, because if you've got one of these dogs, it comes inside, you end up having to do the old fur dance, where you drag your feet across the carpet to try and lift the fur up and then pick it up, because the fur seems to just kind of go everywhere. But as long as you keep that brushed on a regular basis to help that loose fur to stay where it is, everything should be fine. So hopefully this has helped you see how it's all done. It's not done professionally. This is done, as you can see, at home, and you have to have a dog that is pretty placid like this one here, otherwise you might need two people. Well, thanks for watching, and good luck with your dog.